Alright, so how did we do that? I cut my last video when I did this a little bit different way short, so here we go. Look at this. We got a Vanguard. Oh, let's go back. And we'll do this. There's our Vanguard. Yay! Whoa, I gotta stop. No, don't drift out here. They're gonna kill me. I got an incursion going on right there. See, we have no primary, no secondary weapons. On the Vanguard, you don't need them, especially if you build this way. Let's go over here. The thing that makes it all possible, the passive. We got one extra drone. Yay. Here's the most important thing. Drones violently explode on death, damaging and slowing nearby enemies. Great, so that actually triggers the perk Symphony of Destruction too. Or no, exploitation. Yeah, exploitation, because it slows them down too. Okay, and then we got when a drone is destroyed, gain 20% increased weapon damage. That doesn't do anything for us because we're not using weapons. Well, primary or secondary. Locked enemy targets suffer 20% increased damage from drones. Okay, we definitely need that, right? Because our drones are what's doing all the killing for us. Okay, so here we want to have our alt, that phalanx, want to have that going on and off, quick toggling it, spamming it as much as possible. And I spread these out a little bit different. I probably should have taken these two and put it back into firepower, but this works just fine. 3,500 seems to be a good spot for my expertise. Got that 171. Don't really want that, but the 140 damage, that's pretty good. To tactical core, what does it do? Well, it just keeps on building your alt right back up. And so every second, yeah, gaining that extra. And then what I did on this one is I put the catalyst here. 50% of damage dealt to enemy shields is restored to your weapons, and boost. Don't really need it for weapons, don't have any, but for boost, bam, it goes there. Then this 30% never really kicks in because the shield isn't down ever because you don't have one. Okay, and then of course this is just a regular one. I got Tides Silent Sea on it. What I could do if I wanted more protection, which I didn't really need, is I could have put chaos here because I wasted just a commander one there, or could have chaosed any of these, but this makes maybe the most sense. Or I could have chaosed this. That's a perfect true Shepard anyway. So if we have this ignoring stuff and it's tied to Silent Sea, once again I've said before, I want firepower, utility, precision instead of resistance, and then expertise. I call those the unicorn pieces. Don't really need any extra resistance on this. So this is ignoring stuff, that's 6 times 12, 72. And then what I did here is I went with the tiniest little shield. I know it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but this actually worked. And what we did is we put the catalyst on there for more ignoring. So instead of hitting a shield, which you don't have, you have an extra 25% just to ignore the armor. So if it gets through here and it's not ignored, then it has another 25% chance to be ignored here. So that keeps you surprisingly safe. The 30% reduced handling while shield is down doesn't really matter anyway. We got this. I don't even think it kicks in because this is never down. It's just there's no shield. But if you look down here, what really makes this work is look down. Ooh, we don't want. It won't let me do that. My mouse is freaking out. Anywho, see that 50% armor regenerates on kill also applies to hull. So every time you get a kill, if something slips through the two of these, it's not ignored, and you don't die, your hull and your armor instantly get fixed. The armor for 100% and the hull for 50% of that regeneration. So, you just constantly get your armor and hull right back. Kind of a perpetual motion machine here, right? And then because I have no weapons, that's kind of why I'm using True Shepard here. And yes, when that right there says allies deal 50% increased damage, and whenever one of them destroys an enemy, you gain 5 stacks of Shepard's Resolve. So I'm really using this mainly for that 50%. You can blow up different things with the detonator drones, and it doesn't really create that 5 stacks, but it can stun and do damage to the other enemies around it, and then your drones have more power to go in there and finish it off. And then you might get the stacks when the drones kill by shooting, not by exploding. I had something here too. Oh yeah, 5 extra generation. So we got the full blown here for our perk. Did I say perks? Yeah, see, we're not using close call. This here, we're not using a shield, so that doesn't help either. So we're just boosting to try not to die. And then the crit happens. That actually does get engaged still with the devices that you're using. This exploitation, the drones are slowing things down. Plus, I'm using what is it? The EMP. So that slows stuff down too. So this does come into play. Play it safe. We could do this, but I think I have 3. No, I have 2. 2 warfare devices. So they're popping on, and I'm using entropy to get invincibility too. I guess I'll go over that too. But play it safe is not protecting you the whole time, but it's kind of filling in the gaps. And then this, you got to have this with the SH shield. You get an extra 100% regeneration because you have no shield. And then the Symphony of Destruction, because you want those critical hits just to cause more explosions, right? A lot more fun, more graphics. Huh? All right, we'll go to the ship. Here's our EMP. I got that on a hard reset for the... This is weird. Reduced handling. I still have reduced handling. Oh, anyway. I could have put that on short circuit. I probably should have to get more damage because we didn't need it on play it safe. This is doing a ton of damage, especially with the entropy here. Hit the entropy. You might have seen me do that, and then just fire like as many of these off as you can. I think I got like 3 or 4 going at one time. With this setup, you can get 5 going at one time, and of course you got to have it on this one. You have to have it on the emissions. Yeah, you want it to do damage. On the entropy, we got that on run and gun because we want to have as much protection as possible. We blow up all the enemies we can and get that extra 8 seconds. This here, real nice for... I usually keep this hanging around for the 25% you put on your cargo bay, but we're not really using that this time. So, and we're not trying to get missiles back. We're just trying to keep us safe from missiles coming in. So that's why we got sustenance on there. Probably could have done something different here. Maybe swap this out for another ward first device. Maybe some corrosion. Anyway, but that does... If you're not that great at dodging missiles, I tend to ignore them. So that helps me out a lot. All right, let's go back. So, yeah, here we got the... I already went over that. You got the extra generation. So 100, you got another 5, and then you got another 30 with this is on tides, and this is on tides. So 2-piece tides, you get that 30. So 135% extra. How about we just do 140% extra on this? And I already kind of explained how this, even though it's like piddly little armor, it's constantly fixing your hull. So it just kind of keeps going if you don't get like hit a whole bunch. Never really got one shot by stuff with this setup. I guess you can, but if you just keep on moving and get little dinks here and there, then this works really, really well. I think a sniper still can get you in one shot though. what I was talking about here is you're never really going to get that Shepard's resolves back at you. On rare occasion, your drones will blow up. I usually try to keep 3 and 3. It seems to be the sweet spots for me. The mines will blow up, damage enough stuff enough, and then the drones will blow up, damage stuff enough, and then the last 3 will get in there and pick off some of the stragglers. So it can kick in, but not really. And yeah, I should fix this. Put some other catalyst on here. My tried and trusty truths. Honestly, this is a little bit of a crutch for me. I probably should start to use different boosters so I can get more attributes on here. To buff up other things like my damage or my ult generation, even another 5. But I use this mostly to keep myself alive. Just keep moving, keep boosting. I do both what I call rotational strafing and circle strafing. Circle strafing is just when you go around your opponents, and I oscillate I have a hat switch where between up and left and up. Left and down. I do kind of roll to the other side too sometimes, but just don't boost one way and automatically try to overcome inertia by instantly going the other, because you wind up a sitting duck just overcoming inertia. It takes way too long, and in that case, just roll upside down, and the inertia just kind of slides with you, and you get to go the other direction. It's kind of a weird bit of physics in this game. Here we go. Yeah, that's my other tides thing. Yeah, that's almost perfect too. 49 seconds. 49%, and then 12. And firepower, precision, resistance again. Really don't need it. What did I have on this? And structure, don't need it. Structure and resistance. Might swap these out. But anyway, yep, getting that extra. 30% is great. So yeah, there it is. I finally did a whole video of me getting through a 4,000 run, 4K run with no weapons, no primary, no secondary. I had like a little 2-minute video I did. Just because I was surprised I made it through and I forgot to record, so I hit it at the end. So I refined it a little bit, and this works great. When I add weapons back to this, might go with a different, maybe a Warriors. One of these guys. I'll swap the 2 Shepard out here. Probably put Judgment Day here, and then my trusted true Swift Executioner and my Barrage Blaster. When I put weapons on, I'll go this way, and then I don't have the Judgment Day. I could use this. This works great. And then try to work in a different legendary somewhere, but you really don't need it. All right. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Little quick and easy run with the Vindicator. I think one of the most underrated ships if you can build it right and get out there and beat 4K with no primaries and no secondaries. All right. So I'm at the point now where I'm just doing challenges for myself. I built all 10 ships just several different ways, and now I'm starting to do more and more of like, I think I'll run without any armor or any shield or something next time. So that's pretty much. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting.